All right, moving on to our final marquee game of the day. Let's go back to the Big Ten, talk a little Wisconsin, Michigan. Wisconsin's a 4.5-point favorite at Michigan, over under 53.5 at BetMGM. We got to talk about our friend Bodog Jim. I mean, Michigan gets blown out by Indiana. I mean, Michigan has just been lost. But then again, I don't know what you're going to get from Wisconsin here. I assume Graham Mertz is playing. From people that I talked to, that's the word on the street. Is there going to be other people out? I don't know. I mean, a couple of these guys haven't practiced for 3 weeks. What are you going to get here? Wisconsin is a snail. Mertz looked incredible in his first start against Illinois, but Illinois has been like the worst pass defense in the country all year. So I don't know. And I still don't trust Wisconsin's running backs. We said that all last year, their backup running backs. And we know they're a snail, but we know Michigan's defense struggles. So I was thinking about an under, but this game is just so hard to get a read on. Is Michigan now getting value in the market, especially with all of the questions surrounding Wisconsin, what you're going to get here? And are you going to buy low on Bodog Jim? Thoughts here? Help me out here.
Yeah, I mean, I took Wisconsin at the very beginning of the week on the money line when it was priced around like minus 115. I knew the timeline for Graham Mertz. So for those of you that don't know, Graham Mertz was cleared to practice Tuesday or Wednesday this week, but he's eligible to play in a Big Ten game as of Friday. That would be his 21 days. So I knew that Graham Mertz would be practicing. And now the whole story out of camp, out of Wisconsin is we don't know if he'll be up to speed. We don't know if he'll be syncing with the offense. We don't know if bullshit. Graham Mertz is worth 6 points to the spread easily, especially considering what you have at running back. If Graham Mertz can walk and he's cleared, he's playing. But the market went and jumped ahead of itself. This thing, opened up, as Michigan as a favorite. Once there was, I say around Monday morning, this thing finally started taking off. And it started taking off with a whole bunch of Wisconsin money in the market because the expectation is that Mertz is going to play. That number out there right now, that's a number if Mertz plays. If Mertz doesn't play, it's going to come firing right back down. Now, my suggestion to everybody else with this whole, is Mertz going to play? Yes, I think he will. B, is he going to be up to speed? It doesn't matter. He's still better than everybody else. I don't think you want to bet Wisconsin minus 4.5 and be stuck with Danny Vanderboom as your quarterback. I think that's the worst thing you could do.
He's a legacy walk-on. Was the fourth string. Like he's only there because his dad went to Wisconsin, maybe played there. Legacy preferred walk-on, probably would be a backup for Western Illinois. I think that's the only other school who offered him. Yeah.
Yeah. Can imagine holding a Wisconsin minus 4.5 ticket with Danny Vanderboom, a legacy player, under center.
I retweeted someone last week, a Michigan fan that I found searching for info on Vanderboom, and he just tweeted, if Michigan loses to Danny Vanderboom, I'm jumping off the roof of my building.
Bodog Jim he really should just hop in a car and head on out of the state of Michigan. That honestly, or maybe he should just go hang out in one of the Maction towns and wait for a job to open up. Probably Northern Illinois after that shit I saw last night. So listen, Stuck mentioned it. The running backs here is not good. Breakaway speed is an issue here. Nakia Watson, 1.95 yards after contact. Not good. Garrett Groshek, 3.15 yards after contact. Yeah, that's okay. It's better, but there's not a lot of rushing attempts here. They have combined against Illinois' defense. They combined for only 3 avoided tackles. That's not good. If Mertz can dice up the Michigan secondary, listen, Mertz is going to be fine. Mertz is going to play, and everybody except for the name Gamon Green in the Michigan secondary should be on alert because everybody in that secondary has been torched except for Green. Green has 4 PBUs, pass blocks, on 25 targeted throws. The rest of the defense for Michigan, remember this, Green has 4 PBUs. The rest of the defense, a combined 3. The Michigan secondary is terrible outside of Green. So the story is all the same with Joe Milton on offense. Let's talk about Michigan's offense. The story is the same with Joe Milton. Accuracy issues when pressured. No pressure, he's 76% adjusted completion. What is adjusted completion? Completions plus drops divided by aimed passes. He's 76% with no pressure. 57% adjusted completion when there is pressure, a huge drop off. Is Wisconsin going to be able to get into the face of Joe Milton? I think the answer is no. They only had 2 quarterback hurries against an Illinois offensive line. They got a couple. They got one. The center on there should be up for the NFL draft, but it's still.
He didn't play in that game though. He's coming back.
That's right,
Dan
game. Kramer, right? And 2 quarterback hurries. So you expect Wisconsin to get pressure on Joe Milton here? So ultimately, a play on Michigan if Mertz is out. I don't think Mertz will be out, but you can't lay 4.5 until you know Mertz is playing. And even if you do, the market's caught up. The market is telling you Mertz is going to play. It's at the number it should be. If Mertz is in, we're looking at taking Michigan 15 minutes before kickoff with steam on Wisconsin. And that's the thing is when Mertz is made official, when he's on the field, another reason that I can't go down to Tulsa and drink beer and enjoy my life is because that's when warm-ups are going to be going on for Wisconsin and Michigan, is because once Mertz is announced playing, I expect there to be steam to go even higher on this number, maybe a 6. And I think at a 6, it's outrageously too high. And that's the time that you would want to back Michigan. So if you're going to back Michigan, you're going to wait till Mertz is official. If you want to back Wisconsin, you've missed the train.
Yeah, as you were talking and as I've been thinking about, I convinced myself to play some under 54, under recommendation on the podcast. Look, Wisconsin is a dead snail, as slow as it comes. And maybe Mertz play. If Mertz doesn't play, this under is lock it up. If Mertz does play, maybe there's some rust here, right? Maybe it takes them a little bit to get going. And, the Michigan offense with their accuracy issues doesn't really scare me that much. Also could be some wins here. Some forecast 10, some 15. So we'll see where it is. So that could only help. So at 54, a lot of external factors that could come in here and help. If Mertz is out, if the wind is high. And look, the Wisconsin offense is not going to be as good as they looked against Illinois. Michigan's defense has been bad, but not Illinois bad. I'm still not sold on the Wisconsin runners and receivers, so we'll see.
And as we're recording this and we're talking about this, I am going to hit under 27 first half. I agree with everything Stuck just said. And if Mertz does play, I think there's going to be rust. And, when he says that they're a snail, what he's talking about is that Wisconsin is 123rd in seconds per play. No breakaway speed at the running back position. Yeah, I'm going to go in and hit a first half under here while we're recording.
Man, now the last time Wisconsin played, I played under 27.5 in the first half, and it was the biggest moose of all time. Here we go again. I'll hit it with you.